What was the theory given by Lionel Robbins? Yes. Lionel Robbins was saying that resources are scarce and wants are unlimited. So we need to satisfy these unlimited wants with scarce resources. So we started talking about the problem of allocation, or we addressed the issue of allocation there. So now we are going to, so these are some of the microeconomists whom we were discussing about. Now when we talk about Keynesian economics, initially they were classical economists, then Keynesian period, and then we will discuss about neoclassicals and then modern economists. So we will talk about Keynes, without whom macroeconomics cannot be studied, right? So I will share my screen here. We will talk about Keynesian principle of effective demand.
Ma'am, it is included in inflation chapter.
Hey, inflation is a separate chapter. यहाँ पे छोटे-छोटे topics हैं micro में, right? Where you have to where you have to study. We started with introduction to macroeconomics, its similarities and dissimilarities with microeconomics, and then we moved on to the concepts of national income, and then we spoke about inflation, and now we are talking about Keynesian general theory. It talks majorly about Keynes was famous for his theory of employment, theory of effective demand, and his monetary policy theories. Monetary economy, he was basically a monetary economist, right? So now let us study that in depth, study in depth about the principles of effective demand. First of all, what is effective demand? So in short, just to start with, a point where your aggregate supply meets its aggregate demand is called as effective demand. Effective demand जो है, भले उसको effective demand कहते हैं, point where my aggregate supply meets the aggregate demand. The curve looks somewhat like this. So this is how, this is called as an aggregate demand curve. समझ में आ रहा है? आपका demand curve कैसे था? Demand curve for any normal good would be like this. Supply curve was this, correct? Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Demand. This was about your individual demand and supply. We are talking about aggregate, entire nations demand and supply, and how it has an impact or influence on the employment level, right? So I'll erase all these annotations and proceed. We'll just discuss what we are going to see. Introduction to principle of effective demand, Keynesian principle of effective demand, meaning of effective demand, importance of the concept, and then determinants of effective demand and how it determines the level of employment, and what is unemployment level of, underemployment equilibrium, and then determination of level of employment, how it happens with effective demand. So basically, prior to Keynes, nobody spoke about this, right? Unemployment. Keynes was famous for his theory of unemployment in economics. And it said that there is always, all these classical economists like say Adam Smith and all, they believed in laissez-faire policy, which means no government interference. And they said that there will be always full employment, state of full employment where everybody is employed in producing goods and services. But then there is also some J.B. Say who said that there is something called a Say's law of market. I don't know if you've heard of that. It says that supply creates its own demand. मतलब कोई चीज का सप्लाई हो तो उसका डिमांड ऑटोमेटिकली it automatically creates its own demand. Anything you supply. We'll take the classic case of pizzas. Pizzas when it first came, right? They were not so much in demand. पहले पिज्जा करके कोई चीज था ये हमें मालूम ही नहीं था, correct? And then when it came, it was supplied. It was actually marketed in a niche way. Niche मतलब सेलेक्टेड सेगमेंट्स को टारगेट करके वो लोगों ने मार्केट किया था, जहाँ पे ओनली द अफ्लुएंट क्लासेस और रिच पीपल कुड अफोर्ड. Today everybody likes pizza, everybody wants to have. It is mostly a party product most of the time, and evening snack के जरिए खाते थे, right? खाते हैं. So what happens? It has created its own demand. जब जो चीज़ रहती ही नहीं है उसकी डिमांड नहीं रहती है. अगर कोई चीज़ आती है, आप सप्लाई करते हो, it will create its own demand. This is what J.B. says. Joseph Bennett says his law of market, and it's a very old proposition. He was one of the classical economists who said that in market people are all employed, and he also believed in laissez-faire policy. But practically, do you think there is a state of full employment? No. There is something called as near full employment, right? Though it is not mentioned here, practically हम सब लोग employ हुए हैं एक nation में. We cannot expect that. There are still people who are willing to work, who are in the employable age category or employable criteria of employable criteria में fit होते हैं, but still they are unemployed. So near full, any nation has to achieve near full employment target. Near full employment is where not more than 3% of the nation's employable population remains unemployed. समझ में आ रहा है? It is not given here, but I will make a note of it here. So full employment, full employment के ये है. Modern में क्या होता है? We believe in near full employment concept where not more than 3% of the employable population remains unemployed. Okay? Are you following? So this is what is actually the belief of Keynesian economists, Keynesian school of economics, right? So now when you see effective demand for goods and services is always enough to lift all goods and services produced in the economy. उनके demand बढ़ा सकती है. So let us see what this is. And also it said that, as I said, JB say Malthus and all belong to the same classical school. It was very, very hard to convince them. They were all contemporary economists. जिनको olden beliefs में full employment, laissez-faire. T.R. Malthus, Thomas Robert Malthus also was a very famous economist who gave macroeconomics theories as well as population theories, right? So when you see, they said that in general, supply might fall short, and then there could be deficiency in aggregate demand, which might cause overproduction and hence general unemployment. Actually ये होता था, पर उनको हम कन्विंस नहीं कर पाए, राइट? क्योंकि थॉमस रॉबर्ट माल्थस जो था वो बोलता था पॉपुलेशन विल ग्रो एट एन geometric progression, whereas food production will grow at an arithmetic progression. आपको मालूम है ये? Have you heard of this? मतलब पॉपुलेशन बढ़ता है वो बहुत बहुत काफी गुना बढ़ जाता है, एक्सपोनेंट्स टू द पावर, राइट? टू द पावर बढ़ता है, बट वेयरएज फूड प्रोडक्शन उतना ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ता है. सो देयर कुड बी अ शॉर्टेज इन सप्लाई व्हिच वुड हैपन ग्रेजुअली. ये वो बोलते थे, बट इट वाज एक्चुअली हार्ड टू कन्विंस देम विथ मॉडर्न थियरीज. उन लोगों ने जो थियरी प्रोपाउंड किया, उन्होंने explain किया, they were not able to accept other people's view of it. So though he said this, he was not in favor of all these deficiency of aggregate demand can cause overproduction. So we will see what this aggregate demand, and hence what will happen, there will be unemployment. वो क्या बोलता था? डिमांड बढ़ता जाएगा, पर aggregate demand कम होगा करके वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता था, even when it was proved, right? So we will see all these things. तो ये सब जो प्रूव किया, कन्विंस किया through principle of effective demand, it was all Keynesian idea. समझ में आ रहा है? That intro will pass on to what is Keynesian theory of effective demand. As I said, principle of effective demand tells us that in a short period, any economy's aggregate income and employment are determined by level of aggregate demand. This is very, very, very important. Wait, I will bold this. Principle of effective demand, short period of any economy जो है वो लोग लॉन्ग टर्म में फोकस करते थे, टी.आर. माल्थस एक्सेट्रा, whereas Keynesian theory और प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इफेक्टिव डिमांड सेज दैट शॉर्ट पीरियड में इकोनॉमी का जो एग्रीगेट इनकम है, इकट्ठा करके इनकम जो मिलता है, एंड लेवल ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट, ये सब किससे इन्फ्लुएंस्ड है? लेवल ऑफ एग्रीगेट डिमांड, राइट? इनकम रहेगा तो लोग डिमांड करेंगे, जब डिमांड करते हैं they are going to be employed. Only when they are employed they are going to be earning or they are going to have an income, right? So this will be satisfied only when there is an aggregate supply. समझ में आ रहा है? Following all of you, see I will put it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
देखो अभी टोटल एम्प्लॉयमेंट टोटल डिमांड के ऊपर रहता है. What does that mean? अभी when I demand something, then only they are produced. When they are produced, people are employed, right? To produce goods and services, people are employed. When will you employ people and produce goods and services? Only when there is demand, right? Are you following? Good की demand ही नहीं है. Why should I produce? Why should I employ people? So therefore, when employment happens, there is income also generated. When income is generated, there is automatically demand. With the income, I'm going to demand more goods and services, right? Now, fundamental principle क्या होता है? Propensity to consume or tendency to consume. English में उसको tendency बोलते हैं, but economic term we use is propensity to consume. Is that if you want, I will make a note of it. ठीक है? यहाँ पे propensity means tendency. This is an English terminology. So never use the word tendency here, use the word propensity. To consume is that real income जब community की बढ़ती है, consumption भी increase होती है, but by a lesser amount. समझ में आ रहा है? Just to give you an example, see, if I have some increase in my income, 1000 रुपया मेरा income बढ़ा, तो क्या होता है? मैं वो 1000 रुपया पूरा नहीं खर्च करूंगी, right? खर्चा करूंगी. Today I'm earning 10,000. Next month I earn 11,000. What will I do? I will spend extra 200, but I will not spend the extra entire 1,000 rupees. समझ में आ रहा है? So propensity to save, tendency to save increases. Are you following? Are you
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
why? Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
C plus? What is it? S. Correct? इनकम इज इक्वल टू कंजम्पशन प्लस सेविंग. मेरा इनकम को मैं कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रही हूँ? बिटवीन कंजम्पशन एंड सेविंग्स. सो नाउ इफ y changes to delta y, मतलब delta y, I'm sorry, delta triangle से we represent it by triangle. ठीक है? Just see drawing तुमसे कुछ. ठीक है? So I'll say ट्राइंगल आता है ना, वेट आई डिनोट नोट करके दिखाती हूँ. एनीवेज आई एम गोइंग टू इरेज इट. नाउ दिस ट्राइंगल delta y is equal to delta c plus delta s. जिसका मतलब है अगर मेरा इनकम थोड़ा भी बढ़ा, राइट, तो मैं ज़्यादा सेविंग्स करने की देखूंगी, राइट, and I will spend a little extra but not as much as the increase in income. Are you following? समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is what we are trying to say, and it is a proven fact. So now I'll erase all these annotations here. Remember this extra. जब चाहिए हम ले लेते हैं. So therefore, in order to have enough demand to sustain an increase in employment, what will happen? Real investment must equal the gap between income and consumption. मतलब real income किस चीज का होता है? When we discount it for price level. Remember last class when we studied inflation, when we studied GNP at market price, real GNP etc. तभी हमने बात किया था income बढ़ने का जो है it should go along in tandem with the price level. जितना प्राइस लेवल बढ़ता है उतना इनकम भी बढ़ता है तो उतना कंजम्पशन बढ़ेगा, बट प्रैक्टिकली ऐसे होता नहीं है कोई भी इकोनॉमी में. समझ में आ रहा है? सो रियल इनकम इज दैट टुडे इफ आई अर्न 10,000 and I'm saving 8,000. Say next year if I earn 10,000, I may save only 800 rupees, right? Or if I earn 11,000, I may save only 800 rupees. My income has gone up, but my real income has not gone up. Nominal income has gone up or money income has gone up, but my savings has not. My real income has not gone up to that extent. समझ में आ रहा है? So therefore, only when real income is equal to the gap between income and consumption, then we say there is an increase in the employment level, and which means you have to actually invest whatever I earn, right? I should invest as much as possible. जितना income बढ़ता है उतना मैंने savings बढ़ा दी, या savings now today we use it synonymously with investment in economics. So I will say instead of that, let me write it as y is equal to c plus I, right? So I will say income and investment. तो इनकम को मैंने कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर और इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर में बांट दिया है. हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं रखा है, मैंने सारे के सारे इधर कंजम्पशन में खर्चा किया है या इन्वेस्टमेंट में खर्चा किया है. जितना मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट में खर्चा कर रही हूँ उतना इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज भी बढ़ेंगे. आर यू फॉलोइंग? Are you following all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Short period theory that we are talking about. ठीक है? And also when we say given a level of income and employment, right? Given level of income, employment cannot be maintained when you don't have investment sufficient. ठीक है? इनकम बढ़ाते जाओ, लोग अपना आइडल सेविंग्स बढ़ाते रहे. मैं कबड़ में इतना 10,000 कैश रखी हूँ, अगर यही मैंने बैंक में या कहीं और इन्वेस्ट किया रहता है, वो इकोनॉमी के अंदर चला जाता है. तो एक बार इकोनॉमी के अंदर चला जाता है, इट इज यूज्ड फॉर प्रोड्यूसिंग गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, करेक्ट? When it is used for goods and producing goods and services, I am also employing people to produce the same goods and services. When I employ people, obviously उनको income देना पड़ता है. जब उनको मैं income देती हूँ, they are going to demand for more goods and services, right? When they demand more goods and services, क्या होता है तभी? Production मेरा बढ़ता है. I'm going to start producing more, right? So therefore, instead of having savings, if I have it as investment, and that investment will be absorbed easily, and therefore we can increase the level of employment. Are you following? All of you? Consumption or by way of investment, most preferably investment expenditure, right? So it is going to talk about so consumption goes on increasing with income, but at various levels of income तभी के तभी demand level इतने नहीं बढ़ते हैं, right? So they are not as effective. Are you following? As I said, income increase होता है, consumption होता है, but the tendency to propensity जो है वो measure करता है how much it increases. What is propensity? Increase in income leads to increase in consumption, but what is the extent to which consumption increases with the increase in income? ठीक है? So effective demand concept जो है, ideally it is going to measure how much of aggregate demand and how much of aggregate supply is going to meet so that employment level is determined by that. समझ में आ रहा है? The only level of demand is effective demand, which is fully met with आगे आने वाले supply, so that all the entrepreneurs neither they tend to reduce their production nor they expand their production. Same level of production maintain करते आए, फिर भी अपना इनकम भी इंक्रीज होना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक्सपेंशन में लीड टू ओवर प्रोडक्शन. सप्लाई ज़्यादा हो तो वी आर प्रोड्यूसिंग टू मच एंड फ्यूचर वी मे ले ऑफ, रूट स्टैग्नेट हो जाएंगे. तो हमने ये भी देखा था राइट लास्ट क्लास. एंड देन अगर कम प्रोड्यूस किया तो क्या होता है, शॉर्टेज होता है एंड कंजम्पशन कम हो जाता है राइट. Therefore we have to maintain that level of production. Are you following? Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Of demand सब put together we are going to bring in effective demand. सब चीज का जो है aggregate demand क्या है? Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
National income Y is equal to value of national output. We saw 3 ways of measuring our national income. Value of national output, and then we saw expenditure method, which talks about consumption expenditure and investment expenditure, right? So now we say ED, effective demand, equal to income, national income, equal to C plus I, which is equal to our employment O. Are you following? Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
No, but why is this concept
Yes, ma'am.
so very important? Acha, see, before we proceed, now what is the importance of effective demand? First of all, आपको सेल्स लॉ जो है वो आधा पौना चीज़ें एक्सप्लेन करता है. इट जस्ट सेज दैट इफ यू सप्लाई समथिंग it will get absorbed in the market because it creates its own demand, right? But effective demand है whatever is produced automatically consume नहीं होता है, right? And also जो भी इनकम आपका बढ़ता है ना, वो आप हमेशा तुरंत नहीं खर्चा करते हो, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा. क्यों? तो इसके वजह से क्या होता है, जब आपका इनकम बढ़ता है, आपका इनकम बढ़ता है, पोर्शन ऑफ द इनकम इज व्हाट यू स्पेंड. बढ़ा हुआ इनकम, पोर्शन ऑफ द बढ़ा हुआ. वैसे आपका खर्चा तो उतना ही रहता है, उससे थोड़ा ज्यादा खर्चा करते हो, पूरा का पूरा इंक्रीज नहीं खर्चा करते हो, राइट? देन हाउ विल यू कंज्यूम एवरीथिंग दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट? सो दिस वाज अ प्रूवन फैक्ट. क्योंकि see, when I say if I produce something, it will get consumed because people are also getting, but unless people are also getting extra income, zaruri nahi hai, right? And secondly, what happens is analysis of effective demand जो है वो AC Pigou करके और एक economics था, उसके भी contradiction on wage cut and employment का. ये theory हमारा ये syllabus में नहीं है, but then we will still have it. He says that wage cut will cause unemployment. Remember yesterday we were discussing about Phillips curve. We said inflation rate and unemployment rate are inversely related with each other. As inflation grows, unemployment will fall, correct? But then when we said that, Pigou said that if there is a wage cut, people will prefer leisure. People will prefer leisure and they will still remain unemployed. So to remove this contradiction, it shows that even if there is a wage cut, if you are going to be producing goods and services, see, for example, I have employed 10 people, right? And I'm giving them 10,000 rupees in all. So 1,000 rupees har ek. Now I'm going to employ 18 people and give the same, say may not 10,000, I'm going to give them say 26,000, right? Which is not, see, sorry, I will give 18 people employ करती हूँ, but I'll give them 15,000 पगार. मतलब क्या होता है, though there is a wage cut, there are more number of people employed, right? Instead of 10, I employed 18 people and my way of paying them also has reduced. Therefore, what happens? Wage cut will not make them prefer leisure. Ulta, they will start hunting for jobs because they need to consume. Bare minimum to consume hona chahiye. Therefore, wage cut may or may not increase this effective demand, right? And so with the employment also. Even if there is increase in employment, aggregate demand mera badega. But then it will not affect my consumption overall. समझ में आ रहा है? Just as Pigu said, it is not because of inflation that unemployment will be removed. Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts so far?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Principle of effective demand also shows that why a depression could come to a state, right? He says that consumption, investment, because of employment, consumption will increase, investment will increase. As employment also increases, income भी increase होता है, जिसके वजह से थोड़ा सा और consumption बढ़ेगा, but by less than amount by increase in income. So therefore what happens? Consumption lags behind. फिर भी income increase होता जा रहा है, but income कितना दिन तक बढ़ेगा? When you don't spend all your income, income कितना दिन तक बढ़ेगा? That is again a question mark, right? Unless everything is consumed, there will be still a gap, right? Your expenditure has to be so much so as to maintain your production or employment level. Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
So there,
Yes, ma'am.
this gap, therefore, this gap between consumption and rise in consumption and rise in income creates a lag in the consumption, and therefore employment cannot expand unless investment expands. Investment kabhi expand hoga when everything that is produced is consumed, and therefore ये जो rise in the income है ना, it has to also be spent fully. Any doubts? Demand means where your aggregate demand meets aggregate supply. Okay, and then if there is an increase in income, it will lead to an increase in consumption, but by a lesser amount, right? If income increases by 100 rupees, consumption will go up by 20 rupees, right? So there is that lag, and therefore, as and when there is an increase in consumption, there could be increase in investment also. Only when investment rises, there will be increase in employment. These are the key takeaways as of now.